Hello, hello, welcome back. We are working on step 2 of our optical art. We're creating these spheres that look three-dimensional. Last video I showed you how to draw the circles for the spheres and the checkered background. Today we are going to work on doing the checkered grid for each one of the circles. So this is what we have from part 1. And we're going to be working on the inside of this right here. So you're going to need your ruler or your straight edge of some sort, and you're going to create a plus sign in the middle of your circles. Okay, so we're just going to eyeball this. This is about the halfway point of your circle. Okay, and I'm just going to draw a straight line. Okay, that's about halfway. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Okay. If you notice, I made the lines kind of diagonal. I didn't make them straight vertically like that. And that's just to create a different variety in lines, so it kind of looks more three-dimensional. If you want to make yours vertical and horizontal, that's fine. Again, I'm just going to do kind of a diagonal thing. And I'm not really measuring the circles here because they didn't measure out equally or evenly, and that's fine. So that's the only part you needed the ruler for, was drawing those straight lines. Now the next part that we need to do with our circles is to make the checker pattern like we did in the background, but try to make it look three-dimensional on each one of these circles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my vertical line right here, and I'm just going to draw a curve, and I'm going to start the curve at the beginning of the top here, and I'm going to curve it down, and it's going to meet to the bottom here. So I'm just going to do this. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing to the other side now. Okay, and then I'm just going to do it again. And do it to the other side. Notice each time I draw these lines, they are starting at the top, and as they're curving, they're going back to the bottom. They're all meeting and stopping at the same spot. And that's going to help it look three-dimensional. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing to each one of these. When you're drawing these curves, it helps to use your wrist instead of your fingers. So when I'm curving, you want to turn your wrist like this. That helps you get more of a curved line. Again, you should be using a pencil in case you mess up. Okay, so that's the first step. And now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to draw our lines on the horizontal line, this axis right here. So I'm going to start at this end, and I'm going to curve to this end. And again, the key here is to start at the one end, and as you curve out, you're going to go back into the other point. I'm going to do the same thing to each one of my circles that I made. And now hopefully you're starting to see that they're looking three-dimensional. They're looking like spheres. I'm doing the last one. Remember, the more lines that you add in your circle, the more shading or coloring you're going to have to do. All right. And that's step 2.